Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Have you ever felt the frustration of a mind overwhelmed with noise, the torment of indecision, or the paralysis that stems from overanalyzing everything? We've all experienced it endlessly, replaying conversations, anticipating countless outcomes, and trying to untangle a web of what-ifs in our minds. But today we're confronting this challenge head-on in this video. We'll explore 10 practical Stoic strategies to overcome overthinking. If you're ready to break free from this exhausting cycle and reclaim your mental clarity, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Now let's dive in. 1. Visualize your overthinking as an external force. Overthinking can creep into your mind like fog on what started as a clear day. It begins with a single worry or idea, but quickly spreads until it overwhelms you. In today's fast-paced world, where information bombards us like hail in a storm, our minds often become crowded with relentless which ifs, what next, or what could have been. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic philosopher, once said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." This wisdom leads us to the first technique, seeing overthinking as an external force. This doesn't mean turning your thoughts into an enemy, but rather understanding that they are not the essence of who you are. These intrusive thoughts are like uninvited guests disturbing your inner peace picture. These thoughts as clouds drifting across a mountain. You are the mountain, majestic, steady, and unshaken. The clouds may come and go, but they don't define you. So how do you deal with these intruders? Stoicism teaches us to observe without engagement. Imagine placing these overbearing thoughts in a bubble and watching them float away. This simple mental exercise not only lightens their weight, but also strengthens the realization that thoughts are fleeting. They only disrupt your peace if you choose to hold on to them and give them power. Practicing this visualization creates a mental reflex, helping you detach and release these thoughts before they gather into a storm with time. You'll learn to distinguish yourself from the flood of overthinking, realizing that you are more than the sum of your thoughts. This separation acts as a shield, much like earplugs in a noisy crowd. It's a skill that requires deliberate and consistent effort, growing stronger with regular application. When you catch yourself overthinking, pause and picture the thought as mere noise, unnecessary and separate from your true self. By doing this, you're not just guarding yourself against overthinking, you're reclaiming your mental space and restoring your peace one step at a time too. Take control by refocusing your energy. Have you ever found yourself spiraling into a rabbit hole of endless whiffs and doomsday scenarios, replaying the same worries on loop until you're mentally drained? It feels like having countless browser tabs open in your mind, each blasting a different video on full volume with no way to hit pause. This relentless mental multitasking has become a hallmark of modern life, where the pressure to keep up with everything can trap us in an endless cycle of overthinking. Much like a cluttered desk, a cluttered mind also needs tidying up. Refocusing your mental energy is not just about finding peace, it's about reclaiming control and silencing the incessant noise of what could be, so you can fully appreciate what is. The Stoic philosopher Seneca summed it up perfectly true. Happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future. This timeless wisdom forms the foundation for taking control by redirecting your energy to stop overthinking. Begin by grounding yourself in the present. Shift your focus to a single task, even a small one, and commit your energy to completing it. This intentional redirection pulls you out of the whirlpool of future uncertainties and anchors you firmly in the now. The beauty of this practice lies in its simplicity. Engage in an activity that demands your full attention. It could be organizing your desk, taking a brisk walk, or immersing yourself in a good book. These actions don't dwell on the past or obsess over the future. They require your focus in the present moment by aligning your thoughts with your actions. You're not merely distracting yourself. You're actively deciding where your mental energy flows. Stoicism isn't about suppressing thoughts, but managing them by consciously choosing how and where to invest your attention. The goal isn't to eliminate overthinking altogether. That's an unrealistic expectation. Instead, it's about recognizing when your thoughts no longer serve you and using the tools to redirect them. Think of this practice as mental training, just like strengthening a muscle. The more you exercise your ability to reach ref, focus, the more resilient and controlled your mind becomes. Over time, the once. Presence 3. Embrace impermanence and practice letting go. Let's be honest, our minds have a habit of looping endlessly, replaying past events, or obsessing over what's ahead. This is the playground of overthinking, where thoughts cling and linger far longer than we'd like. It's a universal struggle, students fretting over exams, professionals stressing about presentations, or anyone lying awake at night as their mind races at full speed. In the midst of this mental marathon, we can find wisdom in the words of Epicus. He who fears death will never do anything worthy of a man who is alive. Though it may sound heavy, this quote is rooted in the concept of impermanent, a cornerstone of Stoicism. Change is constant, and this includes the thoughts that feel so stubbornly permanent in our minds. Overthinking often stems from holding on to these thoughts as if they're immovable. Embracing impermanence reminds us that thoughts are fleeting, they come and go, never lasting forever. This realization can be a guiding light when you're caught in the snare of overthinking. Practicing impermanence involves learning to let go. Think of it as mental decluttering, a conscious release of thoughts that no longer serve you. You might picture a river where each thought is like a leaf gently drifting away on the water's surface, or perhaps you visualize clouds shifting and reshaping, eventually passing out of sight. These simple exercises not only bring instant relief, but also deepen your understanding that change is the natural state of thoughts. Making this practice a daily habit can transform how you relate to your inner dialogue. It's not about forcing thoughts to disappear, but allowing them to leave naturally. Letting go isn't a form of surrender. It's an act of bravery. It's a deliberate choice to stop letting unhelpful thoughts take up space in your mind, free of charge. As you grow more skilled at this, you'll uncover a mental stillness, a quietness that has always been there, just hidden beneath the noise. Embracing impermanence isn't merely a strategy, it's a shift toward living more peacefully and in the present moment. 4. Designate a worry period. Worries often linger in the back of our minds, persistent like the quiet hum of a refrigerator, sometimes barely noticeable, but always present. These concerns can intrude at any time, whether we're trying to focus on work, spend time with loved ones, or even fall asleep. It's as though our mind is a stage, and these worries are unwelcome actors refusing to exit. But let's draw from the wisdom of the Stoic philosopher Epicus, who said, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid." While the quote might seem unrelated, it's a powerful reminder to prioritize inner peace over the fear of appearing complacent or naive. Enter the concept of a worry period, a practical strategy to give these concerns their time in the spotlight, but only as a carefully planned encore. Not the main act. Dedicate a specific block of time. Each day, say 20 minutes in the afternoon, exclusively for addressing your worries during this time. Focus fully on your concerns, examine them, write them down. What exactly are you worried about? How likely are these scenarios to happen? What can you actually do about them? Often, this practice reveals that many worries are like shadows, seemingly imposing but lacking real substance. When faced directly, this exercise also trains your mind to understand that there's a proper time and place for worry, and it isn't meant to dominate your entire day. Once the worry period ends, you set those concerns aside. You've given them their space, and now it's time to move forward. The goal here isn't to eliminate worry altogether. That's unrealistic. Instead, it's about containing it, reducing its grip on your life. This method is akin to tidying up a cluttered room, organizing your thoughts so they don't overwhelm you, and finding peace in that order. When you confine your worries to their designated space, they lose much of their power. You'll likely notice life feels a little lighter, a little more enjoyable in your mind, freer to focus on what truly matters. 5. Break overwhelming thoughts into actionable steps when overthinking takes hold. It often feels like we're burdened by an immense boulder, a weight as heavy as the world itself. Our worries grow so large they seem to crush us under a dense cloud of thoughts. This feeling is not unique, it's a universal human experience. especially in a world that demands peak performance in every facet of life. Work relationships, personal development, and social standing. The pressure to excel in all these areas can leave us frozen with indecision and fear to guide us through this haze of overthinking. Marcus Aurelius offered timeless wisdom. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. This insight serves as the foundation for our fifth technique, turning overwhelming thoughts into actionable steps. When your mind is overwhelmed by a significant worry or a complicated problem, the key is to break it down into smaller, manageable parts. Ask yourself, what's the very next step I can take? Not 5, 10, or 20 steps ahead, just the next one. Taking even one small action might seem significant, but it's a potent remedy for overthinking. By focusing your energy on doing, rather than worrying, you shift your mindset. It's like working to untangle a giant knot. By addressing one small section at a time, you gradually make progress. You're not ignoring the complexity of your concerns, rather, you're tackling them deliberately, one piece at a time. The beauty of this method lies in its simplicity and effectiveness. Each small step you take builds momentum, and before long you'll look back and see that the massive boulder of worry has been reduced to a manageable pile of pebbles. This approach fosters patience, resilience, and confidence in your ability to face challenges. Head on. Suddenly, what once felt insurmountable is behind you. The overthinking is replaced with a newfound sense of clarity and accomplishment. 6. Transform overthinking with gratitude. Our minds can often play tricks on us, pulling us into a maze of overthinking, dwelling on what we lack, what might go wrong, or what we've yet to accomplish. This relentless mental loop drains us, leaving us feeling dissatisfied and disconnected. Overthinking thrives on a fixation with negatives or unfulfilled goals, obscuring the good that already exists in our lives. As Seneca wisely noted, true happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future. This Stoic insight encourages us to move from a mindset of scarcity to one of abundance, from excessive rumination to genuine gratitude. It's about shifting focus to the present moment and acknowledging the blessings we often overlook when we're preoccupied with what lies ahead. Gratitude serves as a powerful tool to break free from this mental trap. It grounds us firmly in the present, the only place where life truly unfolds. A simple practice to foster this shift is identifying 3 things you're grateful for each day. These don't need to be monumental. They just need to be heartfelt. Perhaps it's the warmth of a comforting cup of coffee, the coziness of your favorite hoodie, or a kind message from a friend. By doing this consistently, you redirect your thoughts away from overthinking and towards appreciating the here and now. Gratitude enriches your perspective, transforming how you experience daily life. It magnifies the positives, turning your internal narrative from one of scarcity to one of abundance over time. This perspective shift can profoundly impact how you navigate life's challenges. Instead of seeing obstacles as burdens, you'll begin to view them as opportunities to recognize and cherish the good already present in your world. This isn't just about feeling better in fleeting moments, it's about cultivating a lasting sense of contentment. Gratitude lays the foundation for resilience, helping you weather life's ups and downs with a heart attuned to the abundance surrounding you. 7. Shift your focus, effort over outcome. Overthinking often stems from our minds' fixation on the future, its outcomes, its WHOFs, and the unrelenting possibilities of failure or disappointment. This tendency to project ourselves forward can immobilize us with fear as we obsess over the consequences of our actions, rather than focusing on the actions themselves. In a society that places immense value on results, where the end frequently justifies the means, we are often led to believe that an uncertain outcome makes the journey unworthy of pursuit. However, a Stoic quote from Epictetus offers profound clarity. Don't explain your philosophy, embody it. Stoicism encourages us to prioritize our efforts and intentions, rather than outcomes beyond our control. This doesn't mean we should abandon goals or lofty aspirations, but it reminds us that the real worth lies in the quality of our efforts, the integrity of our actions, and the virtue we bring to our journey. Whenever overthinking grips you with worries about potential results, make a conscious effort to shift your focus. Ask yourself, am I giving my best? Are my intentions aligned with my values? Am I acting with integrity? This mindset invites us to immerse ourselves in the process, to work wholeheartedly, and to recognize that our responsibility ends with our effort. By focusing on effort, we free ourselves from the mental burden of what could be. It allows us to stay present, giving our best without the looming shadow of uncertainty. This perspective transforms our actions from mere steps toward an outcome into reflections of our character and commitment. When you shift your focus from outcomes to effort, the journey itself becomes meaningful. Each step is no longer just a means to an end, but a testament to living with purpose and intention. It empowers you to view the path not as a race to the finish line, but as a series of accomplishments in their own right. Embracing this approach opens the door to fresh perspectives, enabling you to tap into hidden strengths, cultivate resilience, and face life's complexities with grace and balance. 8. Embrace voluntary discomfort. Our minds often tray us in a whirlpool of overthinking. When confronted with the possibility of discomfort or change, we endlessly replay scenarios, attempting to predict every outcome and prepare for every inconvenience. This mental rehearsal can be draining, turning the comfort zone into a mental prison where growth is stifled and overthinking becomes the warden. Marcus Aurelius wisely noted that the art of living is more like wrestling than dancing, capturing the essence of facing challenges directly rather than avoiding them. The Stoic practice of voluntary discomfort trains us to confront uncertainty and reduces overthinking. It's about taking small, deliberate actions that pull us out of our comfort zones, fostering resilience and adaptability to weave this practice into modern life. Start small. Try something simple, like taking a cold shower, sleeping without a pillow, or opting to walk instead of drive. These minor disruptions in your routine encourage you to sit with discomfort without judgment. The goal isn't self-punishment, but to prove to yourself that discomfort isn't as frightening as your overthinking mind would have. You believe, interestingly, practicing voluntary discomfort paradoxically leads to greater comfort with life's challenges by regularly stepping into the unfamiliar. What once felt daunting becomes manageable. Your mind grows quieter, less reactive to change and more attuned to what you can control your responses. This subtle yet powerful shift in perspective not only calms the overthinking mind, but also cultivates a core of inner strength, steady and unshaken by life's unpredictable ebbs and flows. 9. Reflecting on life's transience when caught in the storm of overthinking. It's often because we focus too closely on the small details of our lives, losing sight of the bigger picture. Our thoughts become tangled with, what if this happens? Or what if that doesn't work out? Clouding our perspective, this narrow focus can magnify minor issues, making them seem overwhelming and draining our mental energy. Seneca once wrote, "We are not given a short life, but we make it short, and we are not ill-supplied, but wasteful of it." This powerful reminder urges us to consider the fleeting nature of life. Every moment spent overthinking is a moment not fully lived, a slice of life left unsaved. Stoicism encourages us to question whether our current worries will truly matter in the grand timeline of our lives. To counteract overthinking, we should regularly step back and view our lives as a whole. Many concerns that consume our thoughts are in reality fleeting and insignificant over time. When your thoughts feel overwhelming, pause and ask yourself, is this moment of overthinking worth the limited time I have? Reflecting on life's transience helps us naturally prioritize our experiences and concerns. This perspective isn't about becoming indifferent or melancholic, but about cherishing the present and focusing on what truly matters. This mindset offers a powerful remedy for overthinking by aligning our attention with the present. We deepen our appreciation for the now and lighten the burden of future-focused anxieties. Let the ephemeral nature of life not provoke worry, but inspire you to live vividly, embracing each moment with presence and intention. 10. Seek wisdom beyond yourself. Our minds often resemble a complex maze where every turn seems to lead to even more confusion and overthinking. We attempt to solve a problem only to find the challenges multiplying, leaving us feeling stuck. This is the essence of overthinking, a cycle confined within our own thoughts with no clear way out. Sina, a man renowned for his wisdom, once advised, consult your friend on everything, especially on matters concerning yourself. His words reveal a profound truth when our own self-perception clouds our judgment. The guidance of others can be invaluable. Stoicism reinforces this idea, emphasizing that seeking insights from outside ourselves can disrupt the relentless loop of rumination and practice. This could mean turning to a trusted friend, a wise mentor, or the enduring lessons found in books for today's world. It might involve seeking counsel from someone whose judgment you respect, be it a close confidant or a professional with relevant expertise. Sharing your thoughts with them serves two purposes. It clarifies your ideas as you articulate them and opens the door to fresh objective feedback that you might overlook while stuck in your mental loop. This approach not only leads to actionable solutions, but also highlights the significance of human connection. Sharing your burdens doesn't signify weakness. Rather, it's an acknowledgement of the collective strength we share as social beings. By allowing the wisdom of others to illuminate your path, you can emerge from the shadows of overthinking. Each conversation makes the puzzle of life feel less daunting, not because the challenges become easier, but because you're no longer facing the alone. Which of these insights resonated with you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments. Every reflection enriches our shared journey toward intellectual and emotional growth. If this video added value to your day, don't forget to subscribe and give it a thumbs up together. Let's continue walking the path laid out by the Stoic masters, always striving for greater wisdom.